Have you thought about where you wanted to be in life and have no direction? Well, you are in the right place. You are tuned into another epic episode of Triona The Trillionaire podcast with your spiritual health coach, Triona The Trillionaire. Become more aligned, enlightened, and abundant in all areas of your life. She got the hair care, she got the health, and she has the wealth topics for you.
Welcome back to the Triona The Trillionaire podcast. And I'm your host, Triona The Trillionaire. All right, we got a juicy episode for y'all today. It's called I Got Me a Check. I got me a check. Got me a check. I got a check. Got me a check. I got a check. Hey, okay. Okay, turn up. Anyways, I got me a check. Listen, I know a lot of y'all like, man, I'm just not there, Tree. I see you doing all this stuff. I'm not there. How do I get a check? Yeah, you living your life, but I'm doing XYZ. I'm over here, XYZ. And it wasn't until I'm about to open up my program for y'all. Y'all can continue to binge, listen to the podcast, but y'all really got to start wanting to invest in yourselves. So I'm going to lead y'all to that point. Follow my lead, you will succeed. So listen, you thinking about it and you're like, man, how can I live a lucrative lifestyle like you? Like, I'm not getting money like that. I'm about to have to start selling drugs. I seen that post y'all been putting out, that reel that's been going viral. And it wasn't until I started to realize I got a check in the mail. I just got to check the mail. What? I got a check in the mail. I just got to check the mail. So I started saying this stuff because I was tapping into my manifestation. And I was like, man, I need to figure out a way for me to get extra money because my money is going to like 17 different things. You got rent, you got electricity, you got gas, you got food, you got auto insurance, you got gas for your car, for your automobile. You got your children's expensive. They want something from school every single day. Oh, $15 here, $20 there, pictures, ices. They got to go on a field trip. They need this, they need that. Plus, we make Liliana's food every single day so she can take to school. She takes sack lunches because you know what? This school food, that's almost like prison food. I'm not trying to talk about listen, I'm just saying. They doing, I think, a little better, but I'd rather give her a little bit better quality from the stuff that I send to her. And yeah, she have a few snacks in there. So it's not like I'm giving her celery and carrots every day. So just chill. Okay. So yeah, I started to conceptualize this idea of me getting a check in the mail every single time I went to go check the mail because I started being hesitant, like, oh, it's going to be another bill now. I'm going to have to pay. I got to pay these folks. And then, the money dwindles down because it's like my overhead is way more. The inflation, I feel like inflation was affecting everybody until I started checking in. Like, no, inflation is only hindering the people that the people are allowing to hinder it. So I developed this concept. If I don't believe so on about this inflation idea, quote unquote, and I don't let that create a disalignment with my harmony, and I harmonize with my money, and I start going on money dates, and I start getting excited again. Because when I was a kid, I used to be excited about even opening the junk mail. If anything had my name on it, I was so excited to open it. And it was just like a bill or just like a reminder, take me to the doctors, take me to the dentist, or whatever those little mails were, sign up for life insurance policy for your kids, something silly. But I used to love opening that mail. So I was like, why was that so important for me to open the mail? Because I loved getting letters from people. I loved sending letters out to people. And I created this system where I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be nostalgic with myself. I'm going to create a system for myself when I go to the mail, because I started avoiding even going to the mail, y'all. Like, the mailbox is like right there, and I'm just like, I look over there and I'm like, I'm not even going to check it. So I said, every time I go to the mail, there's going to be a check in there for me. And this really started happening because I really innately believed it. And okay, so first, let me back up. Let me get back up because I'm getting a little ahead of myself. I said this, and I said this to someone out loud as well. And I said, every time I've been avoiding checking the mail, every time I check the mail, I got a check in the mail. And they were so convinced, and I was convinced, and I was shocked by myself saying it because I was convinced that the next time I go to the mail, there's going to be a check in the mail for me. So first time I went, right? This is right after I said it. I went to the mail like that same day or the next day. Went to the mail. Do y'all know what I had in the mail? Waiting for me. Waiting for me. A check. So the second time I went to the mail like a week later. And I didn't remember that anytime I go to the mail, I got a check in the mail. I didn't have that at the forefront of my mind. So when I went to the mail the next time, there was a mock check in the mail for me. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is getting juicier and juicier because every single time I check the mail, I have a check in the mail. So that mock check was this check if I were to open up a bank account in this certain financial institution. If I were to open up a bank account in their institution, I would get a $15,000 check or $10,000 check or something like that. It was a big enough number for me to notice it. It wasn't like, 500 or whatever. So I thought of it and I was like, I have a check in the mail still. And this is even like going back to my childhood self. Like, I would have got so excited just to even get that, cut it out and put it on my wall. Like, I got $15,000. Even though it's fake money or it's a monopoly money, I still play with that money. And when I was a kid, I still enjoyed having the money, and I wasn't so caught up on, I have to buy this, or, let me be stingy with my money. My mom taught us not to be stingy, because if you give your last, guess what? God is going to what? Reward you 100-fold. So kids, I feel like, are stingy just by nature. I don't know what that is about. But once my mom taught me that, I don't care if you give your last hot chip to someone, you're going to get another bag some way, somehow. Don't think about the how. God is your how. God is your leading way to how you're going to get something. So don't ask why, don't ask how. Just understand the meaning behind the what. Okay? So after that, I told this person again, that I told. And I was like, would you believe that every time I go to the mailbox, I have a check in the mail? And I always think that to myself, like, me just avoiding these blessed bills that I have. Blessed bills is another word for something else. But you know what? I created blessed bills so I can be like, you know what? I get to have hot water. I get to have heat in my home. I get to have air conditioning, central air in my home. I get to have this beautiful roof over our heads. I get to have gas, which lights, like, I actually have an actual stove with fire that I can see, and I can make s'mores in the house if I wanted to. I get to have running water. I get to. Not, I have to pay for this. I have to pay for that. Oh, this bill's hanging on my head. So literally, and this is not a one-day thing. This is not, snap by the fingers, this has happened. But I had to realize that God is instant. So let me not limit the God in me, or the God that I worship and praise. If I can move mountains, if this God that I believe in so much said that I can move mountains, but I'm acting like I believe it, or I feel like I have the faith that I'm tiptoeing around the believing it, but I really don't really feel that in my body, then how am I doing justice to my God by not even really believing it? It's just there for no reason, right? So I really dove into that. Like, no, it's easy for me to give to my daughter. It's easy if we're at the store. Hey, can I have a sucker? A sucker's 25 cents. Do you think I'm going to say no to her? No. Oh, yeah. Get it. I'm excited when she's enjoying her sucker. I'm excited when she's enjoying her toy. Cause it's like she's focused on that. She's focused on that toy. Let me get a breather. Yeah, I'm excited. Go ahead, dove in. God is going to be so much more excited when I get excited about that thing that I so desperately want, that thing that I desire, my heart's desire, and God is going to give it to me graciously. Oh, now I'm starting to think. Now I'm starting to believe even more in my body, in my mind, in my spirit. And I'm strengthening that spirit man. And I'm practicing these things. So I started getting excited. So I waited like 2 weeks to go to the mail, because I do not go to the mail every single day. I don't know why. It's literally right there. Like, I'm looking at it and I just I don't check the mail every day, because I feel like if I don't see the mail lady putting the mail in there, or I don't know. I just don't even check it every day. So I check it like once a week or whatever. I know some of y'all are way more of an adult than me. So anyways, I went to my grandmother's house back home. I went back home for like a weekend trip. And back home is like 12 hours from me or something like that. 10 or 12 hours from where I actually live right now. So I went back home. I haven't been back home for a while. Do you know that my aunt texted me and said, you have a check here. It's been here since July. And I'm looking like anybody checking the mail for me, I got a check in the mail. Anytime some mail comes for me, I literally have a check in the mail. Y'all don't understand how much lost money you guys have out there that's trying to find its way back from you to you guys. Let me say that again. You don't know how much money you have out there trying to find its way back to you. I had a check. And I told my cousin about this. I was like, hey, your mom told me I had a check in the mail. I just had to check the mail. So I went and she was like, it's in the china cabinet. And the china cabinet is like something sacred. You don't even much touch the china cabinet for real, because it's china in there. It's like ancient, like this is like great pieces of plates and medallions and antiques and little tea cups or something. So we don't even much go in if I was at my grandma's house, do you think I'm going to go in her china cabinet? Absolutely not. So I had to go check the mail, and it took me about like a good 10-15 minutes to find the check. And it was just sitting right there in front of my face. And I was like, oh my goodness, this really is a check for me. This is not even a fake check. This is like a real check I can cash right now. So my cousin asked me, he was like, what? You got a check in the mail? You just had to check the mail. And he like laughed about it. And I was just like, yes. And he was like, how much was it for? And I was like, it actually was a good amount of money. It was like, it wasn't just like $50 sitting there. It was like upwards of $1,000 on that check, and it's just sitting there. And I'm like, that is a good amount of money to deposit, So every time I go to the mail, and this is just like a random check at my grandma's house, like I don't even live there. So I don't know. It was just really interesting to me. And then I don't know how my forwarding address got sent to my grandmother's house. I don't know how this happened. And I have a check for my car insurance that they reimbursed me because I overpaid. So I'm just like, you know what? This is so interesting. So I was like, you know what? Let me do a podcast about this. Manifestation, abundance, calling in more money to your existence. Maybe I should make a workbook out of this, because this is so needed, especially when you think you're struggling or you think you have nothing. The thought that you have nothing doesn't even exist. The thought that you have nothing doesn't even exist. Homeless people have something. My daughter has something and she's 7 years old. My dogs have something. They can't speak to me and tell me, but they have the love that we give them. They have food, they have water, they have shelter. So to think that you don't have anything, that's you telling your mind a lie. So let's play this game, y'all. The money game. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so I wanted to share a few tips with y'all. And I guess it is kind of a money game with you guys, because that was my money game for me. I got a check in the mail. I just got to check the mail. And once I start doing that, like if I go check the mail right now, there's going to be a check in there. Literally. So I just checked the mail on... Actually, I just checked the mail yesterday. Well, Friday. So I checked the mail. I actually checked the mail. Yeah, I checked the mail. Did I check it yesterday? I think I checked it yesterday, Saturday. I'm recording on a Sunday, and it has really been a fun day. I went to church. There was a great word. Oh my goodness, I really should share about that. That was a great word today. And it was on thankful, being grateful for what you already do have is going to lead you to more of what God can graciously give you. So the enemy attacks us and tries to play on what we do not have so we can seek and think about what we don't have. When in reality, focus on what we do have. That's your power. That's where your power lies. So yeah, 444, God is knocking on my door. It's 4:44 on a Sunday. This is great. This is perfect. And I'm talking to you all, and I'm sharing, and I'm informing, and I'm teaching you the lessons that I've learned through this magical, exciting, nostalgic way of really giving pleasure to myself and giving myself back a gift. So I checked the mail Saturday, yesterday. I had a gift in there. I bought a t-shirt, and the company never sent it to me. So I was just like, oh, hey, I never got my shirt or whatever that I bought or I purchased. And they said, oh, we don't know what happened. I'll send you another one just because. And I was like, okay, cool. So I got those yesterday, along with, guess what, y'all? Guess what else was in the mail? Just guess. A check. Can y'all believe that? Every time I go to the mail, there's a check in the mail. Okay? So this check right here was from my mortgage company. You think they trying to give me, and this is a real check. When I checked the mail on Thursday or Friday or whatever else day I checked it on, because I checked the mail twice this week, which is insane because I don't even check the mail twice a week. I just really check it once a week. But since I knew that I was getting the shirt coming in, I was like, oh, let me go check the mail, because the guy said the shirt should be here on Thursday. So I checked it yesterday because I didn't even remember to check it on Thursday. Whatever day he said. So check the mail, and what was it? Friday? I don't even think I was looking for the shirt. Maybe I checked it before the mail came or whatever for the next day. And there was a checking there for my car getting hit. And I was like, it was a rental reimbursement, actually, because I got a rental car while my car was in the shop. So they sent me a check, a rental reimbursement check. isn't that's just, when I tell y'all the goodness of God, when you actually believe something's going to happen and you don't even think, I didn't even think about it anymore. It's not like, oh, I'm going to the mail so I can check it every day. It's not even in my mind because I already have that belief. I already have the faith of the mustard seed. Checked the mail yesterday. There was a check from the mortgage company. So this is what I did. And I want to give y'all this tip. Anybody have a mortgage? Or if you're thinking about getting a mortgage, or you're about to buy your house, you're about to purchase your house, or whatever the case may be. My neighbors actually told me about this hack and this trick. And I was like, okay, let me do that same thing. Right? Who doesn't want to save on their mortgage? It's 30 years long. If you're lucky, you have a 15-year mortgage. But I have like 3 extra tips that I can tell y'all on how to pay your mortgage off early if you would like. So they told me, hey, how much are you paying for your mortgage? Blah, blah, blah. You know, I don't know how we even got to talking about this, because who asks those type of questions to somebody? We live in the same complex. We live in the same community, and we have our house is built at the same exact time. So, but they moved in a year after me, and they bought theirs for like, let's just say they bought their home for way more than I bought my home for. And they were asking me, and I don't even know how I got into this question. That's why it's so important that you are meditating, manifesting, getting your spiritual connection and alignment in check, because that just came out of nowhere, and it saved me thousands of dollars, what I'm about to tell you guys. So he says, my wife, she did this thing and I don't know what she did, but you got to talk to my wife about it because she has us saving like $500 a month on our mortgage. And I was like, what? My antennas went up. Like, how? Wait, what? So when you look at your tax assessment, because I have my house through escrow. So when you look at your tax assessment is going to determine how much you actually pay per year towards your house. And if you know about the tax lien laws, you can actually buy somebody's house if they don't pay their taxes. Okay? So, whole different conversation. That's a whole different podcast, because that's going to take me a few, moments to like break down that system for y'all. Anyways, if you don't pay your taxes, you're in deep hot water. Okay? So mine's is in my escrow through my mortgage company. So they just pay it when I pay my mortgage, right? And it's paid once a year, but a little monthly, portion goes to that. Probably like $50, $100 or something like that. Every month goes to that portion. So last year it was I'm not going to say so expensive, but it was higher than the other years. So this year it went down. The tax assessment actually went down. All right. She said, make sure they do they redo your tax assessment so it can be figured into the year. Cause I was like, wow, why does your mortgage go up every year? This is beyond me. So I did exactly what my neighbors told me to do. Called. They said, yes, you have an overage amount in your escrow by like, I don't know, like $2,000 or something like that. I was like, what? Okay. And I was like, well, can you just put it towards my principal or whatever? And she was like, no, like, we're not able to do that. Like, it's actually illegal for us to withhold your money in the account. So we have to send you a check. And I was like, what? She was like, and actually, let me just do your assessment right now. Let me just refigure this amount right now. Do you know that lady refigured my whole entire thing? And I'm paying like $300-$400 less on my mortgage per month. Is that not insane? That saved me like thousands of dollars a month. I mean, $1,000 for the year. And then I'm getting a check. I did not expect them to say, oh yeah, you're going to get a check. We have to send you the check. I was like, what? So the next thing that I'm going to do, that I plan on doing, that one of my clients actually told me about, is doing the auto draft every 2 weeks. So you're paying the same amount of money. Oh, and that's how I got the other check in the mail, because that check ended up coming from my mortgage company. So I'll send that back in as, my principal amount. And then I'm going to do a withdrawal every single 2 times a month instead of the 1 time a month. It's going to help me save so much money. When I did the calculations, it shaved off like 10 years of my mortgage if I do this. The interest is going to save me thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars by just cutting down on the interest, because it looks like you've already paid 1 month ahead. So I'm always 1 month ahead on my mortgage. So that's going to take my interest down, as well as me paying twice a month. My interest is not going to accrue for that whole 30-day period. It's only going to accrue for the first 2 weeks, right? Because I'm paying it off basically every other week. I'm paying a payment. So that was just mind blowing. I was like, that's insane that somebody just randomly came and said that to me. Now I saved so much money. I'm in such a way better place. And it's just the information that someone just randomly gave me. Well, these are not random people. These are my neighbors, but I barely see my neighbors like that because I'm always in the house. I'm always on the go. I'm always taking my daughter somewhere. I don't have and I think I was checking the mail. So I probably already had a check in my hand while I was talking to my neighbor. So he's like, yeah, come over our house. My wife is going to explain everything to you. Just come over and she's going to show you exactly what to do. I was looking like, if the abundance that you cannot see your abundance right now, you might want to just tap into what I'm telling you. Because you have money all around you. I have checks, literal checks from when I worked in high school that I have not received. There's checks out here for you. You can go to the Social Security Administrative Office website or whatever, and look your name up. I'm pretty sure you're going to have money sitting there that the government owes you, that these corporations and companies owe you, and they'll just send it to your new address. You have money all around you. There's abundance all around you. There's so many ways to make money. There's so many ways to call in this money to your existence. And that's what I have done. So, hey, let God be your provider. And budgeting and all that stuff is also really cool, really, really good to have money dates and develop a new relationship with your money. I got a check in the mail, y'all. I just got to check the mail. Whew. Abundance is all around you. When you spend money, tell yourself, every dollar I spend comes back to me times 10. Every dollar I spend, it comes back to me times 10. Every dollar I spend, it comes back to me times 10. Every dollar I spend, it comes back to me times 10. See, I need to remix that so y'all can hear a real flow in my voice, the real excitement I'm trying to exude off onto y'all. Because it's been some times where, come on now, trillionaire had to get out the mud. I didn't start off being a trillionaire just by talking and saying I'm the trillionaire. No, I really had to do some deep roots work. Why do I not feel comfortable with money? Why every time I get money, I just spend it? Why am I allowing the people that I'm surrounded by make me go down to their level, their money machine level? So think about it like this. The people that you're surrounding yourself with, right? They're either going to up level with you and come to that point where they're making that same amount of money as you, or you're going to try to prove yourself to them and you're going to go to their level because that's where you guys are in alignment at that level, right? So I had to figure out why I was doing what I was doing to be able to call this money back into my existence. Because, some of y'all I have seen on y'all pages, man, I just want 4 or 5 females that's really driven, that's hustle driven, that's hustle minded. Even saying the word hustle has a different connotation than me saying, oh, I'm allowing it to flow into my existence. You can't have people around you that you want to be like hustle, 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 go, go, go with if that's not you, if you're not leading by the example, because those people are going to be innately attracted to you. You're going to be like, how did I find this person? Where have you been all my life? Why haven't we been made business together? Those people are just going to start flowing to you. You're just going to start finding yourself in situations where, dang, I can't turn down this money. Let me let y'all in on another secret. So once you are confident about exactly what you do, the offers that you give to people, what you can do in their lives, your inspiration to the world, your aspirations, all that good stuff. Once you find out all that good stuff, things will just start flowing to you endlessly and effortlessly. Let me give you an example. I was at a kid's birthday party. My daughter had to go to a birthday party yesterday. And she got invited to a birthday party yesterday. And this was like a beautiful birthday party. I was like, oh my goodness, they really did it up for this 8-year-old. They had bouncy houses and they had reserved the whole entire clubhouse. And this clubhouse is not like it's like a real big Mickey Mouse clubhouse type of deal. It got pools out there. They got palm trees. It's very nice. So we went there and we caught the tailwind of it, gave the presents, ate cupcakes and all that good stuff, saying happy birthday. And afterwards, the parents were talking afterwards. And one of the women, she was like, I need models. I just need models for my brand. I'm quitting my job. And, this guy pointed at me. And he was like, oh, she's a model right here. Yeah. Come here. Yeah, she does modeling. She does all this and that. And I was just like, listen, I'm the marketing director. I'll show y'all how to model. I'll show y'all all of that. But my face, I'm not really going to be doing the whole model aspect where I'm showing my face. So when I said the marketing director piece, another woman came over. The birthday girl's mom came over and was like, hold on, what? You're a marketing director. I need your information right now. Give me your number. Give me your number. She was like, I need your number. Put your number in my phone. I'm looking to scale my business. I have X, Y, and Z going on. I'm trying to merge this with this. I'm trying to merge my personal with my business. And I just need help right now. Those people will start throwing themselves at you, throwing money at you. And you have to be in position to be able to graciously receive. You have to be in position to cheerfully receive. God wants us to be a cheerful giver and a cheerful receiver. And we cut out that part. So my not so self thing, my shadow work that I've done over money, because it's like, I don't want to take money from people. I want them to live and thrive and survive. And they're not thriving if they are not putting their money where their mouth is. They're not going to do the back end work. I've had harder clients that I've trained for free while I'm training these clients for $500, $600, $700. I'm training them with fitness coaching, and I've trained these other people for free. Those people give me way harder of a time than the people that paid their $500, $600. And I started noticing them. I started noticing these patterns. What about me? What about my relationship to money is off or is not connecting? The piece of the puzzle is the exchange of that money, because our energies are in alignment now. Our assignment is now in alignment. Now I can, and yes, that's pretty much it for that topic right there. And just going back to my childhood, just getting excited about the money you find. Even if you find money in your pocket, even if you find, look, I'm just looking at this check right now. It's just peeking out at me. And make sure y'all tithe. When y'all get this unexpected money, make sure you tithe 10%. People get on me about saying tithing, but no, I mean tithing. Actually tithing 10% of your earnings. So you can give that amount back to really whatever God's house, whoever God calls you to give that amount of money to, because you still want to be service led. And Just going back to my childhood, walking to school, my sister will find money every single day. Not kidding at all. I don't care if it was $1, 5 cents. One time she found $100 just sitting on the floor. And I'm like, dang, how did I not find that money? Because I just wasn't open and ready to receive that. And you can say mantras to yourself. You can say affirmations to yourself. God, I am open and ready to receive all the blessings that you have bestowed on my life. I am open and ready to receive the money that you have for me. I am open and ready to receive the gifts that you have for me. I am open and ready to receive. I am open and ready to receive. And another one that I really enjoyed, it was like, God wants to give me the cattle on 1,000 hills. And I was just like, what? I just put that in perspective and I was just like, oh my God, I really love that. I don't know why it resonated so much to me, because I believe it's like a metaphor, like a cattle on 1,000 hills. That's 1,000 cattle at least, right? How many cattle are on that hill? And I just started thinking about this stuff like, God wants to give me this. He wants to. He wants to. And I'm not open and ready to receive. So I'm blocking. I have these walls up. For anybody to get to my heart and to get to my heart space, I have to put down some of those walls. And they're going to say, oh, you have such a big heart. No, I don't have as many walls up as other people that you might have met. So I don't know. I just felt the need to tell y'all this short story about me having to check in the mail. I just got to check the mail. This is probably one of my favorite episodes because it deals directly with money, which can lead to manifestations, which can lead to my visualization practices that I really, really want to teach you guys. Because that visualization, don't only say, oh, I put myself, the reason why I'm successful at doing that is because I put myself in the body of me checking the mail. I'm not just visualizing a jet. I'm just not visualizing a Rolls Royce. I'm not just visualizing where this place is. I am visualizing myself in that place as well. That's the key component. I have a check in the mail. I just have to check the mail. So I am literally looking at my body. I'm looking at myself, walking to the mailbox, opening it with my key, pulling this junk mail out, and underneath all this junk mail, I have a check in the mail. And the only thing that I had to do was check the mail. And that's the same as me having a physical check in my hand. This is a check that y'all hear. Y'all hear that? This is a check. It's not no little baby check either. This is a check in my hand. I have to cash the check, right? I have to cash the check. For if someone gave me $1 or gave me $50 or $100 or $1,000 or $20,000, $100,000, $1,700,000. If someone gave me this money, I still want to place each dollar in its own placement. Each dollar has authority to work for me, how I place it. Because if you don't give your dollars placement, I heard this story. This guy said, if you don't give your dollars a place to go, they're going to run around like toddlers. Toddlers, if you don't give them the tasks to do, or if you don't sit them down, if you don't train them, they're just going to run around everywhere. They're going to touch everything. And you find yourself, when you get that money, you just spend it on stuff. Oh, I have this amount of money. I got this amount of money. Oh yeah, I want these shoes. I want this. Things are going to start illuminating to you. But if you have the discipline, and that's one thing I had to get back clear on, is my discipline around my money. The money that comes to me, that flows to me, I don't hoard the money to just put it in a place where I'm secretly hiding it, because that does my life no good either. I want to have a placement for that. My money is going to go to my blessed bills. That's what I call them. my money will go to those blessed bills so I can have gas, heat, light, water, food, the mortgage paid, a roof over our heads. And then I have my splurge account where I can just splurge the amount of money that I deserve to splurge on. And what I do with that splurge money, I buy perfume because I want to smell good, and I manifest through my smell as well. So I want to smell good. I want to put these fragrances on, and I want to go to sleep smelling good. I want to wake up and smell these smells because that's how the life that I desire, that I manifested for myself. I don't necessarily buy flowers for myself, but flowers are a big thing as well. Money going to flowers and seeds and plants and stuff like that. So I can see those visually, aesthetically pleasing flowers on my desk or downstairs in my on my table, on my centerpiece. My investments, money going directly to my investments, money going directly to my life insurance policy. This is going to be a whole nother episode I do for y'all for the life insurance part. Y'all all need to get on life insurance. If y'all don't have life insurance yet, DM me, contact me at Triona The Trillionaire, and I will point you to my financial advisors that will get y'all in place, that will help y'all with y'all budgeting, that will help y'all with, finding a place for your money to go so it can grow, so it can create compound interest. Okay. And then, the first thing I do when I get my money, I tithe my 10%. If my family needs some money out of that 10%, I have to look at that 10% amount and just be in my godly fund and say, hey, first, did God tell me to give you this money? Second, what am I, me giving it to the church, the churches that I attend, the ministries that I'm involved with, the ministries that I believe in, the service acts that I believe in, giving to the homeless, giving to the widow, giving to the fatherless. I really do those things because those are the things I really believe in. If someone's selling water on the side of the road, I'm going to give them some type of money because at least they're not out here destroying their community, stealing, selling drugs, robbing people and things of that nature. So I really want to give to those people. Those are the fatherless. I really want to give to those that husbands might have passed away or something like that, or, just veterans, things of that nature. I really believe in those things. So having a place for your money to go and for your money to grow in as well, because at the end of the day, you really want this money to work for you. And money is literally, once you take the idleness off of money, I promise you, it's going to come into your existence so much more. It's really going to flow into your existence. I tell you, you're not praising the money. And another thing that I really had to get over was the scripture. I really had to get over because that was my not so thing. That was my shadow work that I had to deal with in greed, because they say, it's harder for a rich man to make it to heaven versus what is it, a hay and a needle stack or something like that. I really don't know that scripture so well, but the scripture that really did stick with me was the money was the root of all evil. And when I went to the scripture myself, I was like, the money of I said, that is not even true. I said it says the love of money is the root of all evil. Not money is the root of all evil. So taking that one component out, saying money is the root to all evil versus the love of money is the root of all evil. I'm not saying listen, money loves me. Okay? Not the other way around. Money works for me. Money loves to fill my hands and pockets. Okay? Money loves me. So that's why I said I'm not chasing the bag. I didn't say chasing the bag earlier. I didn't say, I'm getting to the bag. I can say I'm getting in my bag, or I say these people want to throw money at me for their business endeavors, because I don't feel like you get something for nothing either. There is a certain gesture of the vibration that you hold and that you host and what you believe in and your the flow that you put out there, the love that you put out there, and God will reward you for that. And that's what I believe in. I'm not like, oh, I love money, blah, blah, blah. I really do believe that money loves me. It loves to fill my hands and pockets. So if you take that approach, that switched that dynamic for me. So I wouldn't feel like, oh, I'm being greedy, or oh, I have this greed, or oh, I want to be the trillionaire. Or, oh, I cannot be poor enough to help poor people. I cannot be in the same position they are in because I'm not able to help them. I have to make a way for my family. I have to make a way for myself first and foremost, so I can be able to have that overflow that God has blessed me generously with to be able to give to these people. Do y'all remember my one episode when I was telling y'all about when I went to the nail salon and I didn't even have $20? I had my last $20. I just had got fired from my 9-to-5. Y'all remember that? I don't even know if I put the 9-to-5 episode out. I really got fired from my 9-to-5. I felt in bondage. I felt encapsulated. I felt in poverty when I was working there. I really felt impoverished when I was working at that job. And I was really putting my heart into the job because I really did care about people. But the facility was super, super old, run down. It just smelled like cobwebs going in there. The people seemed like they were so nice, but it didn't feel well with my spirit and what I was really trying to do. And it was some background stuff that I really can't talk about right now that I exposed, and they know I exposed these things, but I'm really not the greatest whistleblower. So, I just try to mind my business and make sure everybody is not in harm's way, anything like that. So, and I really do believe you reap what you sow. So I don't have to go out of my way. Vengeance is the Lord. Vengeance is mine, says the Lord. So, I really felt like I was impoverished working 9-to-5. And sometimes I would stay till 7. Sometimes I'll get there at 8:30, just trying to, push my time in so I can spend more time with my daughter on different days like Fridays and stuff like that. And I just felt like I was in poverty, and I was just like, oh my goodness, God, give me the next step of what I'm supposed to do. Really show me and illuminate my ministry, please, God. Because this is not it. Me working, trading my time for money, it was not it for me. Me doing this podcast feels flowing. I'm giving you guys this information for free. I know you guys, if y'all take the tips and the gems, if y'all really catch those gems that I gave y'all on this podcast, I promise you, y'all are going to come to me and be like, listen, Tree, I want to donate to your Heart of a Rock scholarship. I want to donate to you. I want to give Liliana a present or a gift or something just because you helped me save thousands of dollars on my mortgage. Just because you showed me, you opened up a window in my mind to be able to give to you. I'm going to give to your podcast. I'm going to donate on your podcast platform. Y'all know y'all can really do that, right? Y'all are going to say, if y'all really caught the gems that I'm really teaching y'all and telling y'all in this episode, I promise you, you will reap those benefits. By opening up your mind, expanding your mind, and you're going to start seeing this money fly towards you and to you. And you're going to be like, there's going to be a spiritual download that comes in your mind. Be like, I learned that from Triona The Trillionaire podcast. I really did learn that. And you don't have to tell me. It might not be tomorrow. You might just, you might listen to my episode whenever I release this episode, because I tend to release at this point. When you listen to this episode, you're going to be like, it might not be that day. It might be 3 months down the line. It might be next year. It might be 2 years when you actually do get your home that I'm going to help you manifest, and that I'm going to help you pray for, that I'm releasing over your life right now. That chains be broken, that you'll be the first one to have a home in your family, that you'll be a curse breaker. That you create legacy for your family. That you develop and you open up trust funds for your family. That you open up CDs or whatever, Roth or IRAs. That you get connected to the right people that's going to send you that money. That you open your hands up. That you stop being so stingy and closing your hands and being so closed-minded, so closed off, so isolated. You might be like, you know what, Triona? I just want to give to your podcast. I want to just donate to you, to your ministry, whatever you got going on. I don't even know how to work with you. I just want to donate to you, okay? Just because you putting out all this great information. You might even be like, you know what, Triona? I want to join your course that you got. You got any spaces for one-on-one coaching right now? I want to join, how much ever it is, because guess what? I listened to your podcast 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 months ago. I'm just now getting the manifestation of it. I'm just now getting the revelation of it right now. And you're going to come to me and you're going to say, this is what I want to give to you. How do I get into your course? Because I listened. I caught those gems. I'm an heir of your word. And guess what happened? Just like you said on your podcast, start visualizing yourself, going to the mail, being that person that's receiving that. I started getting checks in the mail myself. I don't know where they came from. You might be the heir of somebody that's dead and gone. And it's probably some money just sitting there for you. It might be a scholarship fund that you just get out of nowhere. You didn't even apply for the scholarship fund, but they said, hey, you're the recipient of, you're the winner of. You might start applying like crazy to these grant applications that I've been trying to tell you about for the longest. You might just say, hey, I'm a copy and paste. I'm going to do 10 grants every single month. At the start of every single month, I'm going to do 10 grants each. Every single month. What is that, 120 grants by the end of the year? I don't care if you get 2. 2 for 10,000 each or 2 for 5,000 each. That's what? All you did is copy and paste your business plan onto their template that they already have. 120 times and you made 2. Man, wait. How much is that? If you do 10 times 12, that's 120. Come on, y'all. That was free money. Free. All you need is a little of your free time. That's double free. Free money times free time. And you'd have made 20,000 off of that. You'd have made 200,000 off of that. You might get all 120 of them because ain't nobody else doing what you're doing. Nobody's listening to the Triona The Trillionaire podcast right now. And you said, I'm going to hop on it. I'm going to catch these gems. She's spitting out this real information. I'm going to catch these gems. Because there's so much money going around. We don't even have to be a consumer. That's a whole different podcast, though. That's talking about some... Look, I haven't even made it to that point yet with the social security number and all this. I've been learning about that, seeing if I'm going to jump into that. But that's a whole different podcast. Look, I practice what I preach. I'm going to teach y'all what I already know, what I already have done. Okay? You can say, I'm going to do 20 copy and paste these grants. 20 a month. 20 a quarter. You get 2, 3, 4, 5 grants each quarter. The money is out here. I'm trying to tell y'all, I used to work on top of a bank. Money was all around me. I said, if I didn't tap into this energetic connection, this money energy right here up under me, I'm on top of the money. I'm working inside of a bank. I'm speaking to people. I don't even know if I can share this information, but I didn't sign no NDA forms or disclosures. I'm on Zoom with the banks. And all these nonprofit organizations, all these organizations were doing was asking for the money. That's it. That's all they were doing. And I was sitting in these meetings. I'm sitting in these meetings getting the money for a different company. And I'm looking like, hold on now. Whoa. There's too much money flow coming in. And I'm not able to get 10% of that. I'm not able to get 10% of what y'all just got. And that I'm just working. Hold on now. The math was not mathing. I had to say that with a G. It was not mathing. So I said, you know what I had to do? I got the background knowledge. God said it's not, listen, God said it's not punishment. What you going through right now, what you delving in right now, It's not punishment, it's positioning. It's not punishment, it's positioning. God had me there just to see. Oh, that's how much money they got from that deal. Oh, okay, God, thank you. Registered. Took a few notes. And they calling me in the meeting like, oh yeah, we just wanted you to meet our marketing director. She's going to be she's going to be, face to face with the clients and getting them their information. Oh, like, y'all just got how much money from XYZ Bank? Oh, this is how that works. Okay. So God want me to work on contracts. God want me to work on, because listen. Listen. Y'all think I'm gonna just sit there and get y'all money this whole time and not be thinking about my actual business when I know I got the gifts that God gave me? Absolutely not. That's why I said I gotta check them in. I gotta check them in. If I have all that knowledge and information, if God gave me the gifts and the talents and the abilities, okay, y'all keep playing with yourselves. Keep playing with yourself. Start dressing like you're supposed to be dressed. Stop wearing these sweats outside the house. Do your hair. Put some baby edges down. Put some gel on your edges. Put some edge control. Get some Lily Rose beauty products. Oil your scalp. Iron your clothes. Start matching. Don't ever walk out the house with mismatched socks on. Zip your clothes up. Button your clothes up correctly. Iron your clothes when you go outside. I had this girl working with me, one of my direct reports. She would never iron her clothes. I said, listen, come to work with your clothes ironed. I couldn't believe I had to tell a 23-year-old this. 24-year-old. Iron your clothes when you come to work. Look the part. Start taking care of yourself. Start eating the right food. Start taking your exercising seriously. Wake up a little bit earlier. Do a 5 to 9 with yourself before you go to your 9 to 5. Or do a 5 to 9 at night with yourself. You got at least 3 periods a day that you can clock in and be intentional. When you at work, be at work. When you at home, be at home. Listen, if you at work and you got a job that you can do your job, your side business, that you trying to make into your main business, work on that diligently for an hour. You got an hour lunch break, work on your business. Start listening up. Start being engaging when you at work. Start learning all you can learn from the people at your job. Whatever type of job you have. Try to talk to the CEO. Try to talk to the CFO. Try to read some books at night or something. Come on. All these possibilities, all these opportunities are out here for you. You just gotta align yourself with them. Okay? So I think that's all for today. And remember, if you are listening to this podcast, know that you're blessed and continue to be a blessing